Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Sunday, February the 7th. The year's 2021. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Let's talk trading. Time for the weekly open and gap. But first, Brady, the old guy, did it. 7 Super Bowl wins. Anyway, um, just so you know, if you want to send me an email or if you want to find me out there on the internet, you know you can find me on YouTube because you're watching one of my YouTube videos. But people still ask, how they can get in touch with me. So once again, Super Bowl Sunday. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were rooting for the Bucks and not the Chiefs. I thoroughly enjoyed the slaughter that happened today. And just so you know, these videos are for educational purposes only, and your results may differ from mine because trading's extremely risky and you can lose all of your money. So if you need trading, investment, or financial advice, seek the advice of an accredited financial professional. And when you trade, always have your stop loss in place, have your risk management in place. Never lose any more in any one single trade than you are willing to lose. Okay, let's take a look here. What's going on? Well, we are 6 hours into the trading day and week, and you can see all but 3 gaps have filled. The pound slightly under the open, 4 pips off the high and 22 pips off the low, so it's kind of bouncing back. And if we look at the first day of the week, month, year chart here, you can see here's the opening range for the year, and here's the opening range for the month of February. And you can see we're putting in the opening range right now for the week. So it looks like we want to look to go short somewhere around the monthly open here. So you might want to keep that in mind. Right now we're 91 pips above the yearly open. We can see that again right there. And if you look here, you can see there's just a lot of accumulation happening right here in this area. Price dipped down, but pulled back above the yearly open. So you can see here for the past couple of weeks, this is where we've been ranging. Now on Friday, it's a big breakout of that inside bar that happened 3 trading days ago, that is. And for the so far, we've only got a few inside bars here, and on the week there's a few, and on the month there's only, looks like 1, 2 that right now we could actively trade. So far today, I guess everybody's watching the Super Bowl. Not much range. I mean, we've got one pair over 50 pips, and that's about it. We did break out of the previous day's high there just by about a pip, but that's still a break. Even if it was a point, it's still a break. So maybe we'll look to see price pull back down. And here on the buy zone, you can see the pivot is down here at 37.10. We haven't filled it yet, so maybe we'll get a drop. And the day before we had a miss pivot, but you can see we had this huge run up, so maybe price needs to come back down to this area. Rat zone, not enough range too low. We can skip the rat zone for now. But actually, though, there was something a trader asked me if I could go over this gap. Now, basically, what you want to do in the gap, but today there was only about a 2-pip gap. What you want to do is when price opens, you look to see where it closed on Friday, and then you want to trade towards that level. That's pretty much it. You put your stop loss in place. Hopefully you take profit. And that's how you fade the gap. It's always open toward the Friday's close, toward wherever that gap was formed. Sometimes on the 1-minute chart, there's gaps, and they usually fill too. but those gaps are usually only a pip or two. So, but there's something to use more as targets if you're already in a trade heading that direction, as opposed to jumping in because it appears. And once again, we didn't hit the pivot. We've missed it at the 37.1007. Doesn't look like we missed it by that much. And the weekly pivot's down at 136.86 too. Now, the pivot, we trade that pretty much the same way we trade that gap trade. So we opened above the pivot. We look to go short and take profit at the pivot. But you can see right here, we got close to it. I mean, we probably only missed it by, let's see if I can get this chart to show. Whoops, switched pairs accidentally. Let's see, why won't that show me? Sometimes it just wants to be, well, we'll do it this way. We'll put the crosshairs on it. So it looks like about 37. Oh, we need to see what that low was. Maybe if I go down a time frame. It just doesn't want to show me. Let's see, let's try one more time frame. Let's see. Okay, the low was 37.11. Now, this was the first hour. Chances are there was probably like a 10 pip spread or something, so you probably could not have punched out anywhere near this line. But usually price will probably maybe come back down here. You might be able to take it out. But so at the open, you want to trade toward the pivot. So since we opened above the pivot, you'd want to take that short trade. And that's how you trade it. Once again, you put your stop loss on and you hope for the best. I mean, most of the time the pivots get hit, but sometimes they don't. And that's just trading. You know, there's one thing about trading, as we've said before, you know, it can work 1, 2, 3 times in a row and then it doesn't work. Then it can work a couple more times in a row. Then it cannot work the next 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a row. It's trading. It's speculation. It's one of those things where, like, it's not like other things where if you do the same thing over and over, you're going to get the same result. That's the tricky thing about trading. You know, you could do the same thing over and over and get the desired result some of the time, and some of the time you don't. And there's nothing that you as a trader can do about it. That's just it. So you just got to quit looking for that perfect system because it really doesn't exist. I mean, the perfect system for you is something that you're comfortable trading and it proves to be profitable for you. And sometimes, you know, two different traders can trade the same system and one's profitable and the other one isn't. But it's because maybe one trader is just more suited to that system, or that system's more suited to the trader. Okay, wick zone, not much of an upper wick zone, even though we did poke through it. And you see the lower wick zone here from the daily. And the ranges, let's see, we had an 85 pip range on Friday. Last week, we had a 194 pip range, which was pretty low. And the week before that, 49. But you see, in the 200s, that's where we start to get about at the halfway point. And that's what we want to look for. So we'll see what this week has to offer us in terms of range. And this is one of my trading charts. I call it the ATR because we're looking at the ATR for every H1 here, these distances. Move it in the 5-minute chart. And I've got the tug of war candles, which I'm really liking them. Some people do, some people don't. You know, once again, it's what works for you. But when I look to the left and I'm seeing green, it gives me confidence to go buy if I'm long, and if I'm short, I look to the left, I see red, gives me confidence to go short. And once again, right now the close is 4% away from the open of today. Actually, yeah, let's see. It seems like it's right at the open, minus 4% ATR on the hour open, not the daily open, H1 open it's reading from. And Walmall method, keeping it simple. Oh, you know what? Let me pause the video because I know you guys want to see something. Okay, I'm back. I know a bunch of traders want to see the TRO 2021 order block indicator because they're wondering how to use it, what it's all about. It's really funny. One trader sent me some information on order blocks, and then another trader, after I sent them the indicator, sent me some information on order blocks, and then another trader was saying, "Hey, I think you've got things a little bit backwards." So let me see if I can take a couple minutes to explain order blocks. Now, there's a couple of definitions I found, and the one I'm using is this. It's when you see a bullish candle here, right here, followed by a bearish candle, and this candle close is below the low of this bull candle. So we call the range of this bull candle here, this upward candle, close above open. This is our order block zone, okay? Order block zone. Now, when it's at the top, it is a it's a bearish order block zone because you want it, when price comes in here, you want to sell. And as you can see, taking a sell would have been successful. But I have BB, buy block. Why? Because they were buying it up here. That's what caused this block. So you can change the colors to make it the way you want. So if you want to make red sell and green buy, you can do that in the inputs of the indicator. Okay, I've got so many different indicators. I just used orange and dark orange, but all of that can be controlled. You can, change the block period. You can, and the block start period. So for example, I've got this set to 1 day, but if I wanted to, I could go back, say 5 days. So it'll go all the way back 5 days to find the order block. Okay, we'll see, we'll have found one today. So like, is this an order block? No. Is this an order block? No. This is the order block based on the definition that I am using. And so here on the bottom side, you can see that this is an order block. You have a bearish candle followed by a bullish candle, and the candle closed above. So the range of this bearish candle, that is the sell order block, but this is a bullish order block because you want to buy. So that might sound convincing, but or confusing. That's the way. Now you say, well, what about some of these other candles? Was this an order block? Yes, it was. Now, let me show you something kind of cool here. Right here, use high-low threshold. So if you want to only see order blocks within so many pips of the high or low, you can set this to true, and I've got it set default to 20 because, as you know, if you've been watching my videos, that's the rat zone. So if you scrunch the chart, so you get an order block to chart there. So that's the order block indicator. Like I said, I know a couple people wanted to hear about it. So simple Walmall lines, short, long. It's the easy, simple thing to do. You might not be easy to win, but it's definitely easy to understand. You go long at the green line, short at the red line. Doesn't matter what time frame you're looking at. That's all you do. So, fellow traders, I hope you enjoyed Super Bowl Sunday as much as I did. I hope you're starting this week off profitably. And as you sit down to your trading platform, remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. The Rumpled One, over and out.